Hey everyone, this is Astro Diver number 1, and I just wanted to do a hopefully short video of changing spark plugs and spark plug wires on a 2008 Silverado 5.3 liter. I have 165,000 miles on it. I bought it new, 11-12 years ago, and this system has the active fuel management, and it'll shut down 4 cylinders when you're cruising along. And what I've been noticing the last few months as I'm driving it and I'm light on the gas, I get a stumble. So I think maybe the active fuel management system is shutting down 4 cylinders. There may be a small weak spark in one of the wires or plugs, and I think that's what my stumble is.
I don't know if you folks can hear this or not, but at 50 miles an hour it stumbles. It's almost cyclic. There. So I don't know if that's the active fuel management trying to shut down 4 cylinders and not being successful, but I think a new set of plugs and wires at 164,000 miles are warranted.
So again, with 65,000 miles, probably prudent to change the plug and wires. Everything underneath the hood here is original. It's on its 3rd battery. I did put a $50 Chinese starter in it a few years ago. Even sounds Chinese. It goes ram, 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 ram instead of roar, roar. And that's it. Belts, air filter I changed. Belts are original. Everything else is original, so can't complain. But these are the part numbers I'm going to be using. And the spark plugs are a different part number than what came in the truck. I pulled one out just to check it, and I guess this is the replacement number. So let's knock these 8 out. The only one that might be difficult would be that one back there. That's right next to the air conditioner. So I've probably changed 1,000 spark plugs and wires in my life, but it's been a long time since I've done it. That was on mostly the older carbureted distributor ignition type of vehicles. But I found with this, it's real easy because there's no distributor to worry about. And all the wires just go to the coil pack that's directly above them. So I disconnect here at the coil pack, and then I give the wire a twist counterclockwise, and you'll feel like it pop. And then I just grab onto the heat shield, pull them out. And this one's already been out, so that was an easy one. And it's just the easy one in general. Now the gap on these, they're supposedly pre-gapped from the factory. And as you can see, that those don't look bad. These are iridium spark plugs. That's a lot more than a .40 gap, though. These spark plugs are not supposed to be gapped because that little tiny iridium tip you can do damage to. So I'll measure them here in a bit. Twist, twist. There you go. There you go. There you go. This plug hasn't been out, so it's probably going to fight. I'm also using a wobbly extension. Just helps with the different angles. 165,000 miles are coming out pretty easy, and geez, they look like they're burning pretty darn good to me. Ooh, that's coming apart. Look at that heat. That's always a problem. That sucks. All right, so twist, and you'll kind of feel them snap. 3. High or low? That sucks. I'm 6'6", but this is starting to get even a little tough for me to reach here. Oh, that might not work. That Volvo must be lost. Alright, second attempt at this one. Yep, third one's looking pretty good also. I'll go back for this bad boy way back here. I'm not going to be able to reach him here. I got to move. Alright, so this guy back here. And just twist down. That was a tough one. These do have some dielectric grease, it seems, inside the boot there. Well, I don't have to worry about bending over to work on this guy. Kind of awkward wrenching on my part, but on my tippy toes here. A little play there. Yeah, pain. Quick post edit here, guys. My bad, the camera was off. 7 out of the 8 plugs came out looking pretty darn good. The gaps, again, like I said, were between 40 and 45. But the number 7 cylinder, the driver's side rear cylinder, this one came out quite difficult, and it's hard to see here, but had a lot of junk on it, and the wire was kind of had some cracks in it. So that, I think this was my problem child. This bank here, of course, is going to be the fun side. We got hoses and stuff like that in the way. Get the front cylinder, pull these heater hoses. One thing I'm noticing is that all this wrapping, this sheathing is just disintegrating, falling apart. So I don't want to get that crap in the holes. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but this side I'll just pull and I'll let you know if anything interesting happens. And the second one looks good. This third one wasn't too bad, but I had to lay across the engine bay to get to it, so the one in the back should be a lot of fun. Okay, there's been about a half-hour gap here. I had to get my camera in to charge it up a little bit, and I also needed to find a way to get the last plug out. This was too long. This was too short. I also have a stubby, a couple little tiny stubby extensions someplace, but I spent about 10 minutes looking for them, couldn't find them. So what I decided to do, 1/2 inch ratchet, 1/2 inch to 3/8 extension, and then that just barely fit in to the last cylinder there. And I already went ahead and replaced the plug and the wire on the back 2 cylinders, because those are the real pain. last plug. Looks okay. It's got some pink around the ceramic core. Interesting. But anyways, with these new plugs, I found out you don't want to re-gap them or attempt to gap them because they have an iridium core here with the diode, and a gapping tool could bend that or chip that. They're all pre-gapped at 040. I checked the gaps on the old plugs, and most of these are coming in between 40 and 45. So just as a point of interest there. So I got the other bank done. You can't really see anything anyhow. There's a bunch of stuff in the way, so I'm just going through and popping these 4 in. Definitely much easier to get to this side. And I just try to hand tighten them. Some people use never sees on their spark plugs. I have never sees. I have no idea where it is. So I figured another 165,000 miles I'll be pulling these cylinder heads anyhow. So much for that. Also, what comes with the AC Delco wire kit is a small tube of dielectric grease, which I would use. But that seemed to have lost its way between the kitchen and here, so I don't know if it fell out of the pack or what happened to it, so oh well on that. Don't take this as gospel, but generally you want to tighten the spark plugs to 25-30 foot-pounds. These are aluminum heads. The old ones came out real easy. Pretty easy, so just I do it by feel, but just be careful. Another thing is I'll use a wobbly taking the plugs out because I really don't care about the angle. It just makes life easier. But when I put them back in, I like to use a nice straight extension because I don't want to get on that plug like that and accidentally crack the ceramic there. So. Probably should get another extension. Make sure it's on there nice and square. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Alright, that's them. And get these wires on and get it fired up. So yeah, these spark plug wires, I guess they're new and different from what I'm used to. They got this metal shield, but how I've been putting them on is I've just been pushing them on straight, nice and firm, and you should feel a little pop. Not as positive as it was in the old days before the spring heat shield set up, but you'll feel it bottom and snap. Maybe. Yeah, there that goes. Onto there. Yep, popped right on. Onto there. Last one. Yay. I can't even see this. It's underneath that sensor. There we go. There we go. And onto there. So that's 4 on this side, 4 on this side, much more cluttered on this side. We're going to fire it up, see how it runs, and then I'm going to take it out on the road and see if it's still having that problem that I had with it before. We'll see you in a few. Well, it's hard to tell if that's better or worse. Sounds about the same. It's always run pretty good. Like I said, I was just having a problem, I think, with the active fuel management when it was cutting half the cylinders. And it was probably that back cylinder that was our troublemaker. You guys call the plug. Well, we'll go take it out for a drive and see if that took care of it. It's idle at 600 RPM, by the way. Still pretty smooth. Getting a little bit of a plastic burning smell, probably from that crumbling plastic conduit going around the wires that kept falling on the exhaust. Oh well. Get this bad boy warmed up and on the highway, at least a roadway, and see how she runs. I was supposed to go to the Gator Nationals today, but it was supposed to rain. 80% forecast to rain. Did it rain? Nope. Moving to the road. I'll get there. Man, I bet you they ran some good times at Gator Nats today. Air temperatures probably in the mid to upper 60 degrees, so that's a cool day here for us. Bet you they ran some fast times. Almost to a road. Yeah, power's still good. Maybe a little better than the other day. 670. At about 55, just light on the throttle. Yeah, and that stumble's gone. Cool, I think the active fuel management's working again. That'll be nice. I noticed my mileage was just going to hell in a handbasket, but I think we got that covered. Alright guys, I hope that helps. Any questions, comments, leave them below. Have a good one.